Rosann, we've known each other for 3 decades.
Yes, a long time.
And you have been a professional counselor.
As you have been a professional counselor, how many people have we known in Hong Kong?
Yes, quite a lot.
So many different people.
And so many changes.
And that's why we want to think about women now and women then, and how women have changed over these years.
That must be very interesting.
Yes.
And it covered different generations.
Always.
Well, if they're interested in what we are talking about, how are they going to find us?
You're going to find us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, PsychoAlchemy. We are women now and then.
See you there.
Dorothy, talking about Hong Kong families and how we eat, I live in a very busy part of town. One of my favorite scenes is anywhere between 7 and 9 at night. I see a couple who meet coming along MTR or bus route. They talk for just a short time, and she goes one direction to get some food. He goes another direction to get food or drink, and they meet up, come into the building, and they're each carrying bags. Now, from the number of bags and maybe the cold drinks, you can see they're not going to cook. Everything is there. They're very happy to see each other.
Yes.
Very happy to see each other. And one can hear the conversation in the lift of, I got this, I got that, yeah. Happy to see each other, happy to have hot prepared food. They're going to eat together.
Yes.
They're going home to eat together.
Yeah.
But they didn't prepare that food.
Yeah. Takeaway is a big thing in Hong Kong.
But takeaway is a lot. In many big cities now, you can buy food to take away from restaurants, from purposeful takeaway shops, or you can even go into supermarkets
and buy those.
and buy a plate or a box and you fill it up.
Yes.
So cooking is not so much of an activity. It is for some. And I want to talk about, we know this happens. We know this happens. Do we want it to happen? Well, economics. If both partners, or even 3 adults and 4 kids, 3 adults and 2 kids, what size is the household? Sometimes it makes more sense to buy the food than to take the time to prepare it.
Yeah. But if you have more than, in Hong Kong, if you have more than 1 kid, actually I think we'll go for the Filipino maid and the Indonesian maid. And they help us a lot. And I think by preparing some meals at home, already create a pretty good family setting.
Yes.
But the sad thing is, the father and the mother cannot come back and eat at the same time.
Often
Usually the children eat first, and then maybe the father come first or the mother come first, and then have to save some food for the last one to come in.
Yes.
Or maybe the father already ate and come back and already is 9 or 10. So I can imagine in Hong Kong, the bedroom is no longer a place where the people really rest. A lot of Hong Kong bedrooms must have television.
Yes.
So you
this
can
is true.
imagine they don't want to create a lot of noise outside. The children might be still studying, so the parents might just go into their room and watch their TV.
Yes.
So you can imagine it's not a resting place. So the kitchen no longer cook food. And then the dining room, nobody dine in the dining table. It's just another place for homework. And they all sit in front of the TV somewhere.
Or that electronic screen.
Yeah. And before our break, you mentioned the home is a place where you can really rest. And whether you meditate or not doesn't matter. Maybe just a chair for you just to sit there and doing nothing.
To do nothing.
Do nothing.
Is riches.
Yeah.
If you can do nothing.
Yeah. And that is and Hong Kong, if there is some space where you can put a chair, usually they will go out and buy those electronic massage chair, which is so humongous and blocks so much of the space.
Yes.
And I was so lucky. My mom gave me one as my birthday gift.
Oh my.
And I actually seldom use it. and it blocks so much of my living room space.
Maybe it cannot go to the new place.
It can, but I honestly think if I can give it away, it would be so much better.
Oh, yes.
But it will hurt my mother's feeling.
Oh,
Right?
that's
It's her
very
gift,
sad.
right? It's like the
Oh,
last
that's
week's Burberry coat.
Yes.
I dare not give it away. So I was thinking, this big, humongous furniture, I cannot use it now, mainly because I don't really need it. But at the same time, once I start to have it on,
Yes.
it's very dangerous for my little cat. My kitty cat will run
then
around and
that's a
this
danger.
thing will move, right?
Yes.
And so I have to trap her Bowie somewhere inside my bedroom in order to relax for 20 minutes. And I can hear him meow, meow, meow.
Oh,
What?
my.
Let me out, let me out. So I was thinking, a lot of things we are now having at home, is it really necessary?
Yes.
Do you have something like a piano at home?
No, but I thought about getting a piano. And when I mentioned this to a friend, she said, get one of those keyboards
Oh,
that
yeah,
rolls
yeah,
up. It rolls up.
Right.
And you can put it away. Well, that's not the same as having a piano in the house.
Yes.
Having some musical instruments
Yeah, right.
in the house.
Yeah, Chinese family, if they are middle income, they usually can afford to buy their children a piano. And the sad thing is, not too many children successfully or they enjoy playing the piano. But the piano still gets stuck somewhere in the living room. And it's so funny. I hear a lot of stories about the piano becomes the storage, becomes the bookshelf, becomes the photo where they put all the photo frames. But nobody ever opened up the piano.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah.
Why do we keep something?
Why do we keep
some
something?
things?
Yeah.
Why do we keep something? Well, one of the things also that goes into making the home are the processes we do in the home.
Yes.
Like, okay, let me do a mundane thing. All the clothes have to be washed. Just think of who we know and how they wash clothes. Some people wash once a week. In the U.S., this is not unheard of. I need 5 pairs of jeans.
Right.
Because I work once a week.
Yes.
I need 2 weeks of underwear because...
Wash once a
But
week.
I find at Hong Kong people wash every day.
No, more or less, right?
More or less every day.
Yeah.
So the washing machines are
So
smaller.
small, right.
And things might be dried on the bamboo poles.
Yeah. Or the string.
Or the string.
Yeah.
Or up on hangers. Or there are a few dryers. Not many people
Not too
have
many.
dryers. Not too many people have dryers. But there's a process to no wet clothes get to sit on the bathroom floor or in the hand. You don't let clothes sit in Hong Kong because of the moisture.
Yeah.
So there's a process about washing clothes, drying clothes, ironing clothes. Very few need ironing, but some do. The silk things do need ironing. Hanging them up according to whichever system you want. There's a process to that. So I ask, what other processes go on in your house? Well, what do you mean, Rosann?
Processes.
When you buy something, where does the bag go? Where does the packaging go? What's the process in your house? We throw it all away. Oh, the environment people would have some questions about that. Well, now, what about cooking? Now, we've talked about the couples who do not cook.
Right.
Do not cook. This happens. And even couples with children, it's not unusual for and even when there's a helper, the grandmother or the grandfather comes over when the school is finished.
Yes.
And will eat with the children.
Yes, they will stay with the children
Stay
till the
with the
parents
children.
come back and have
That's
dinner
true.
together. Yeah.
That
It's more
is
like
true.
a more reliable babysitter.
And it's the job for the grandmother.
Grandparent, right?
It could be the grandfather, not always the grandmother. She's got other things to do.
Yes.
But enjoying being with school-age kids and teenage kids. Teenage kids love to have adults around them. They don't talk much, but they like having adults around them. I hear from teenagers. They like... My grandmother's always around, and she always have a nice bowl of congee ready. When I come home, I know there's soup or congee ready for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a process going on.
Yes.
That household sees people coming in in the middle to the late afternoon on into the evening. The morning process. Oh, more chaotic, more chaotic.
Ooh. And in Hong Kong, it's quite common that a little apartment have one toilet, one bathroom.
Yes, one bathroom.
So you can imagine children rushing in, and then the father has to go to work, and then the mom, and then the Filipino maid, all trying to use the bathroom at the same time. And I, as you said, I don't know why. When I was young, we are not. We will have a very small place, so many people. Somehow we manage a system.
Yes.
Somehow it just work out.
Talking about it or not talking, you notice
Yeah.
who needs the bathroom
Yes.
when.
Yes. Yes.
And sometimes you really have to talk with the kids. Look, you got to take the showers at night
yeah.
because it's too crowded
Correct.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Too
But
crowded.
one thing I did, you were in the school for quite some time, right? Teaching
Yes.
teenagers. I was surprised when I hear teenagers telling me they can stay in the shower for 30 minutes.
Yes.
I mean, are you working in some sort of construction site? It was so dirty, and it's such a waste of water. You even in shower,
Yes.
how can you have water coming
For
down
30
for 30 minutes?
Yes, that's
Is it meditation, water meditation? I have no idea.
hydrotherapy.
Hydrotherapy, swimming class.
Oh,
I
my
never
goodness.
understand. This kind of concept never happened when I was young. We have to
Yeah.
save water, and we grew up at the time when water was really precious.
Yeah.
Right? But even after we don't have this control of water usage, we still shower. It's like maximum 10 minutes.
Yes.
It's maximum I'm talking about,
Wow.
right? But now my nephews say, oh, well, I'm late, Dorothy, because Auntie Dorothy, because Brandon is still in the toilet. Well, what time did he get inside the washroom?
Yeah.
Well, about 45 minutes ago. What
Wow.
happened? Well, he's still in the shower. Huh?
Oh,
I don't know
Oh, my
why. Is it
goodness.
Hong Kong kids? Did you hear something like
no,
that
no,
from your
teenagers
school?
need a lot of alone time. And that's one of
So
the
running
excuses.
water is like a camouflage.
yeah, yes.
Actually, he might be doing something
Right,
else.
yes,
Oh,
or just
okay.
thinking.
Oh, okay.
Thinking about, should I shave, should I not shave, should I cut my hair a different way? For teenagers, the
Okay.
body appearance is so important. We go from the shower time. Again, we're looking at patterns of use in the home, which are so important. Now, some people, when they come home, I can say, like a cold beer, or a glass of lemonade,
Yes.
or a mug of tea,
Yes.
herbal tea, or
Yeah.
sometimes something to nibble with it, but often not. It means my day is finished. I need some time. Now, where do people go to have that time? Is there a chair that they particularly... I don't think people come in and go right to bed.
No, no, no.
There's
no.
some process
in
of
between.
unwinding.
Unwinding.
Unwinding from the
Yeah.
day.
Uh-huh.
And not wanting to eat right away. Not wanting to eat, but wanting a drink. Now, warm drinks are comforting, but so much of Hong Kong is...
So hot.
It is hot.
Yeah.
People want cold drinks. So, do you recall any of those patterns of use in the home where you come in and what happens? What do you
Oh,
drink?
okay.
Where do you sit? See, that's making the home
Yeah.
using a process.
Right. Well, I remember talking about my parents' time.
Yes.
My father, after a day's work, and when he was younger, he would like to have a cup of, not just a cup of tea. He wanted maybe a beer.
Yes.
Bottled beer, or maybe a a glass with beer, and he would just go into his sofa and he would start reading his newspaper again.
Yes.
But he has his mug
Close by.
yeah, close by. And when he's really relaxed, finished with drinking, sometimes he might want to have a cup of tea. And not much
Yeah.
eating because very close to dinner time.
Yes, yes,
But that
yes.
is his time for relaxing.
Yes.
And if you ask me, after a whole day's work, I will usually just get myself some sort of drink, and then I will just sit in one of those dining room chair and start reading some newspaper, and
Yeah.
if not, opening up the letters.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and do a little errand. And
Yes.
but to me, that is a very relaxed time.
Calming time.
Yeah,
Calming time.
it's more like a transition time. Work is all busy.
Yes.
But when I pick up my mail from my house, apartment's mailbox, and I start opening up, reading it, actually I'm more changed into a
yes.
family setting.
Yes.
Right. And
Yes.
now with a kitty cat, and Bowie will just come around my feet,
Yes.
and we'll just start talking. And I think I will have almost 20 to 30 minutes of relaxed time. Usually after 10 or 15 minutes, I'll change. And then I'll go back and sit on the same spot, right? And if I indeed very tired, I will just turn on the TV, watch the news for a little while. I think I do understand why Hong Kong people love to watch so much TV. Because
Why is that?
once you watch TV, you really get your mind off.
You get your mind off work. And
Definitely.
the congestion. You
Yes,
know, there's
yes.
more than 5 million people in Hong Kong riding the
Oh,
MTR every day.
oh, you mean the MTR?
Well,
Yeah.
there's 7 million of us here.
Right.
But more than 5 million ride the MTR
Back
every
and
day.
forth, right.
No, the MTR is not a quiet place. People don't want to be there forever. So when you get into your own space, you can relax your shoulders. But you just think almost everyone in Hong Kong has the MTR experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or the bus experience.
Yeah.
Or both. Or both. So you get home and you go,
Unwind. Yeah,
Yes.
unwind.
unwind.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I can understand if you are a housewife, you have been waiting for your husband to come back and start talking to you, but it's so hard because all day in his office is already like a war zone, and then coming back home is another struggle. So by the time he got back to his apartment, his place, his home, he really want to relax a little while. Yeah, quiet.
Just quiet.
But you can imagine, right? The dining table is all your children's textbook and the papers and the books, and then you hear your wife screaming at the children.
Oh dear. Oh dear, yes.
You can
yes,
imagine.
Yes.
I heard a lot of men said, when I got to the 32nd floor, the elevator door opened. I actually hear my wife screaming at my son.
Ooh.
I will close the door, press the closed door, go back to the podium, and find a place. If they smoke, they take a cigarette.
Yes.
If they don't smoke, they play with the phone and think, okay, another 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes before I go up and face another battlefield. So that's
Wow,
that's pretty sad,
different.
right?
Sad. Tell us about life in Hong Kong, and is this home a place of safety, calm, comfort? Oh, our homes we need to care for our homes.
Yes.
We need to make our homes a home.
Yes, yes.
A contrast with Western society generally. I see this happening increasingly. Is that people are going back to cooking their own food.
Yes, yes.
They want to eat more healthfully, so less salt, less sugar, less fat, to be sure that they can eat that way. They go to a market to buy, especially fresh vegetables or whole grains or organic meats.
Yeah.
They're going to do that. So someone's got to make time to do
Yes.
that. And then someone's got to begin to think, well, I don't want the helper in the kitchen. Oh, now there's more discussion.
And another thing I see coming
Yes.
very, very nicely, because of the space we don't have in Hong Kong,
Right.
we have open kitchen.
Oh.
So open kitchen is another good thing. When maybe the husband is cooking or the wife is helping, actually they can talk.
Yes.
Right? And that's something I like it too. Even though I know Chinese cooking can be quite oily and sometimes there might be smoke coming out and the smell is strong. But just imagine if you are cooking and someone is in the dining room, you can talk.
It's good if,
Right?
if
It's
there's
not
good if
like a
open.
punishment. That woman has to get stuck in the kitchen, do all this oily thing, and then prepare 3 dishes and come out already very tired, and the children were just waiting to eat. All right. So
Ah.
I think this is more Western idea. It's definitely
Open.
not a Chinese concept.
Wow, yeah.
But I think this trend is good for Hong Kong. Once you have open kitchen, you tend to make less greasy stuff.
That's true.
Right?
That's
so
happening
it will
with our time.
indirectly change the
Yes,
diet
yes,
too.
yes,
so maybe
yes.
that's something this house gradually becomes a home because the people are seeing each other. They don't go back to their little place and hide.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh my.
So for the final section, let's talk about a little bit more about the rest of the place.
That's right.
How we can give tips to our audience
Yes.
to change our house to a home. And then we have a movie and then a book to share.
Movie and a book. Yes.
See you
then.
later.